Eric and the Vicious Video Games, written and illustrated by Khalel Martin, dedicated to my whole family. Introducing Eric, Butch, and the Wizards. There are different kinds of wizards in the world. There are nice ones and there are evil ones, but all wizards like to play tricks. Some wizards play tricks on people while other wizards play tricks on their fellow wizards. They sometimes wear disguises like beards and wigs because really they are all bald. Finally, all wizards are from a faraway place called Wizmania, which is in another planet, but they secretly live on Earth because Wizmania was destroyed by an asteroid 20 years ago. Hi, I'm Eric, and this is Butch. Butch is a golden retriever, and he is playful. I like to help people. We live with our mean aunts in Chicago. They make us do lots of chores. My mom and dad died in a plane crash when I was 5 years old. They were nice and always believed in me. On weekends, we go to an arcade that is 3 blocks away from our house. Butch and I had the craziest story to tell you. On Saturday, Butch and I went to the arcade and were totally focused on our game because I wanted to beat the high score on Mega Man that we didn't hear Mr. Lin, the owner of the arcade, say it was closing time because Mega Man was all the way in the corner and the arcade was huge. When I was done playing, I said, "Where did everyone go, Butch?" A couple minutes later, a strange man appeared. He was wearing a robe and a weird hat. I couldn't tell what else he was wearing because it was dark in the arcade. As a car drove by the window, it got bright for a moment, and I could tell he was a wizard. His face turned red and started shaking. Suddenly he yelled, "You beat my high score in Mega Man!" This was important to the wizard because he had the previous high score and it was higher than all the high scores in all the games at the arcade. It was 1,200,001 and mine was 1,200,005. What's the big deal? I argued. I will put you in video games in the arcade one by one, and you will have to defeat the characters, screamed the wizard. No! I cried. The wizard's hands started to glow and yelled, "Yes!" After that, Butch and I blacked out. When we woke up, we were in Pac-Man. First, Butch and I had to defeat Pac-Man. The map was a maze from the real game. It was black and blue, but there was no music and everything was pixelated. When the game started, Pac-Man seemed to be going 80 or even 90 miles per hour. "Butch, you go right and I'll go left," I ordered. We cornered Pac-Man at the bottom of the maze, but the top was still open, so Pac-Man escaped. Then Pac-Man got a whole pellet and was able to eat ghosts. Since we were playing as a ghost, that meant he could eat us. "Run, Butch!" I screamed. The wizard watched and kept chanting, "Yes, yes, yes," as Pac-Man got closer. The power pellet ran out and Pac-Man started to eat regular pellets again. Butch and I took deep breaths. "Oh man," said the wizard. "What are we going to do now, Butch?" I asked. Then we found a small kid wearing a red shirt and black pants, sitting in the corner. "Hi," I said. "Hi," replied the kid. "Did you get trapped here by the wizard too?" I asked. "Yep," he cried. "I got trapped here a couple years ago when I beat the wizard's high score on Frogger." "Let's beat Pac-Man so you can get out of here too," I said. We need to act quickly because Pac-Man had 3 pellets left. So the 3 of us ran as fast as we could. Butch caught up to Pac-Man and ate him up. Grrr. "Now you will defeat Ryu from Street Fighter," the wizard screamed. "Bye." "Thanks, bye," the kid said. "Bye," we responded. I had played Street Fighter before and I wasn't very good at it. We found another bigger kid in overalls and he was scared. We were sent to the woods level. The game started us off with full health. Ryu kicked and punched us and it really hurt. Soon we had half health. The other kid tried to uppercut him, but he had very low health, so he hid in the bushes. "Come on, kill them," yelled the wizard from outside the game. "Psst," the kid whispered. "Why?" I whispered back. "Try to uppercut him and take this power rope I found," said the kid. I I grabbed it and regained my strength. So as soon as I kicked Ryu, it did a lot of damage. I used the power-up and took half of Ryu's health. Butch jumped on him and took 3 more damage points. Finally, I uppercut Ryu and defeated him. He disappeared. Oh, phooey, now you must defeat Mega Man. Watch out, I gave him speed and jump boost. Muhahaha, said the wizard with his evil laugh. All of a sudden, it turned day. I could see the wizard go to hide in the janitor's closet. The owner, Mr. Lin, opened the arcade, and the cops followed him. When I heard the cops, I stopped to listen. So you're the owner of the arcade, asked the cops. I sure am, said Mr. Lin. Well, we heard about a kid, a dog, and a strange man in here last night. And something about the strange man sending the kids and the dog in some games, said the cops. I remember everyone leaving the arcade, said Mr. Lin. Well, we're not sure, and we have to shut this place down until further notice, said the cops. No, please, I've been working here for 20 years, said Mr. Lin. The cops put a sign that said closed. Later that day, Mr. Lin went through the doors and put on the wizard costume. So you're the wizard, Mr. Lin? I said. That's right, Mr. Lin replied. Mr. Lin watched Butch and me. He made Mega Man harder so we could not defeat him. We found another kid, John, who was nice and small. The 3 of us fought Mega Man by punching and kicking, but he kept dodging our moves. John ran out of lives because he kept trying to punch Mega Man. I had 1 life left because Mega Man kept shooting his ray gun at me. Butch had 3 lives because he kept running around. I tried to kick Mega Man, but I finally ran out of lives because he shot me with his ray gun. I disappeared in air, but before I disappeared, I said, It's all up to you, Butch. Mega Man had 3 lives, so did Butch. He found a power-up, and it gave him a sonic bark. Sonic bark is when Butch can bark. It sounded really loud, and the enemy lost a life. Butch used it and Mega Man shot his ray gun. Butch had 2 lives, so did Mega Man. Butch found another power-up as well as a sword called the Bone Slicer. He used it on Mega Man, and Mega Man had 1 life left. Butch tried to use Sonic Bark again, but Mega Man dodged it over him, jumping over him, and he used his ray gun 1 more time. Each of them had 1 life left. They kept dodging each other's moves, and Butch used the Bone Slicer 1 more time to defeat Mega Man. Mega Man disappeared into thin air, and the game was over. Everyone got out of the arcade games. There were 3 other kids along with Butch and me. We all went for Mr. Lin, aka the wizard inside the arcade. I will kill you all, and it will be easy peasy lemon squeezy, Mr. Lin yelled. Everyone, now, I yelled. We started to punch and kick Mr. Lin, but he turned 2 kids into chickens. But he was still outnumbered, 3-1. I distracted him by going up to his face and waving my hands, which caused Mr. Lin accidentally gave Butch half of his magic. Butch used it to make Mr. Lin shrink down to the size of a toenail. I stepped on him, and he said, I will get you next time, in a squeaky voice. A couple seconds later, Mr. Lin completely disappeared. Everyone was okay. The arcade opened again, and a new person named Mr. Martin worked there. We went back to our aunt's house, but they didn't even know we weren't there at night because they've been sleeping the whole time. I ate some chocolate and found a newspaper. The headline said, The arcade is open again and there are some new games, Fix-It Village, Junior, and Sonic. Cool, new games, I cheered. Mr. Lin never came back and nobody ever got trapped in video games ever again. I hope you like the story. I wrote it.